Hello and welcome to Sudokanar. It's been a long time since I last did a video in English. I've done a lot of puzzle solving videos in French lately just to prepare, to practice for the latest Puzzle Grand Prix. But now it's time to go back to some arithmetic puzzles with my very French accent when I speak English. So I've chosen a mid-difficulty puzzle by John Bulten on GM Puzzles, which is a TomTom, but a ciphered TomTom with subtitle nonsense. And nonsense is what you read with those letters in some cells of this 6x6 grid. So the rules are these. Each of those four letters represents a different digit between 0 and 9. And those are clues. This is a Latin square, meaning that every row and every column must contain exactly once every digit from 1 to 6, almost like Sudoku, except that there aren't regions with 6 cells, just some outlined regions for some reason. And those clues with digits, which are encrypted, are the results of some operations. So obviously, if there is only one digit, then this is the digit. But when there are two digits, then it means that some operation, some addition, multiplication, subtraction, or division, has this as a result. If it's a subtraction, it means that some digit minus all the others must yield this, which is impossible in this case, actually. So with two-digit results, it must be an addition, a summation, or a multiplication. I've reproduced the time standards that you can find on GM puzzles. And Grandmaster, as always, is very fast. My aim is always to get as close as possible to expert, which I sometimes manage on Kakuro puzzles, which I really succeed in doing with skyscrapers, but with TomTom, with Cipher TomTom, it's the first time I've attempted one of those. So let's see. It's been 3 minutes already. So as I mentioned earlier, those are two-digit numbers, so they can only be obtained by multiplying or adding those digits. I'm really curious about this. This has two digits, so it's divisible by 11, and 11 obviously is in neither of those cells, and 11 is a prime number, so you can't obtain a multiple of 11, a positive multiple of 11 by multiplying digits from 1 to 6. It's impossible, so this has to be a summation, and as S must be 1 or 2. I don't think you can. You can't have 22 actually. The most you can do is 6, 5, 4, and 6, and that's 21. So this is actually 11. So S represents a 1. So this is 11, and digits may repeat in those. So it's not like in Kakuro where you would be sure that the digits are 1, 2, 3, and 5. There might be something else. So this is a 1. So now we have a number ending in 1. And I forgot to mention it in the rules. but leading zeros are excluded. So this E is not allowed to be a 0. It said multi-digit clues cannot start with a 0. And it can't be 11, and so it can't be 21, because I would need a 7, and 7 is not allowed. 31, 41, 51 are all impossible. 61. Well, at any rate, if you only multiply even digits that are 1, 3, and 5, you can't have 1 as the unit. So that's another sum. And as I mentioned earlier, the biggest sum you can have is 21. So this E is a 2. So this is 21. And this has to be a 6. 4 or 5 here. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Therefore, those digits are 1, 2, and 3 in some order. E is a 2. And this is 20 something. Oh. Well, I did something completely wrong. Well, not saying that E is worth 2. That's correct. But the maximum is not 21, it's 24. Yes, it is 21, yes. What? What is this all about? Yes, that's 21, okay. What was I thinking? So this is 1 or 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is 20 something, and we now know that it's not 21 nor 22. So it can't be a summation, it has to be a multiplication. And this will be at least 30, so it has to be a multiplication as well. So what could it be? I think 24 is the only possibility, because 22 would, no, 22 is not possible, n is not a 2. 27 would require more than 2 3s, and I can't have 3 3s in here. 26, 20, 28, I will need a 7, 29. That's 24, so n is a 4. This is 24. And now I think the only possibility here is 54 as a multiplication. It couldn't be 64, I think. It can't be 34 because I would need a 17. 44, no, those are different digits. So 54 sounds possible with 6, 3, 1, and 3. 54 is 6, 3, 1, and 3, or yes, that's correct. What else could it be? That's the only possibility, I think. So this is a 3. Well, what about 64? Could it? Oh, it could be 4, 4, 2, 2. No, it's not possible. So it has to be 54 with 3 here, 1 or 6, 1, 3 or 6, 1, 3 or 6. And U is a 5. Now this is another 3. And now about this 24, it can't include a 5, so this is a 5. Those digits must be 2 and 4, which makes a product of 8, so this has to have a product of 3, so that's a 1, that's a 3, using this 3 to rule out 3 from this cell. Okay, what next? Now it should almost be done. 3 can only go here in this row. 2 and 2. 2 can only go here, this row. That's a 4, that's a 5. That's a 2. I need 1, 2, and 5 on this column, so this can only be a 1. 2 can only go here and 5 there. So that's a 1, that's a 3, that's a 2. That's a 6, that's a 1, that's a 3. And now those must add up to 11, so this is a 5. So now that's a 4. And this can only be a 6. That's a 4, that's a 3. That's a 6. And the end is pretty straightforward, I think. That's a 5, that's a 4, that's a 5, and that's a 1. Okay, so my solving time was something close to 8 minutes, which is somewhere between master and expert. And I even blundered somewhat at some point with undoing what I had written for some mysterious reason. But I'm pretty content with my time here, with my timing, with my solving time. And well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. And as always, I say that if you have some requests for something you would like to see on my channels, something that would be different from what you watch on other channels. I'm thinking obviously of cracking the cryptic. I don't think they've ever done a TomTom on cracking, and I don't think Ashish has done any arithmetic puzzles on his excellent channel Unshackling Sudoku and puzzles. So I'm really willing to do something different from those other channels. And so thanks for watching these videos, and see you later on Sudoku.